Hello, good morning students. Today we are going to discuss the topic Outlier analysis from the Unit 3 Efficiency in Business Intelligence. So let us understand what is outlier analysis first. It is an element of data set that distinctly stands out from the rest of the data. In other words, we can say outliers are those data points that lie outside the overall pattern of distribution, which is explained in the diagram. One of the diagram where the data points are getting scattered and some of the data points are distinct from the other group of data points, so it is actually encircled as outliers. In other right hand side diagram where the histogram are collectively drawn, but one of the histogram data point is separated and and it is in large distance from the other set of histogram spikes. So in this way the outlier analysis can be understood easily. So the easiest way to detect outliers is to create a graph on plots such as box plots, create scatter plots or histograms, which can help to detect the outliers easily. Alternatively, we can use mean and standard deviation to list out the outliers. Quartile range and quartiles can also be used to detect outliers. So the common understanding of outliers: outlier data points can represent either items that are so far outside the norm that they need not be considered, or the illustration of a very unique and singular category or variable that it is worth exploring, either to capitalize on a niche or find an area where an organization can offer a unique focus. Outliers in the context of information evaluation or information points that deviate significantly from the observations in a data set. So these anomalies can show up as surprisingly high or low values, disrupting the distribution of data. For instance, in a data set of monthly sales figures, if the income for one more month or extremely the higher than the sales for all of the different months, that high sales determined would be the considered an outlier. So why removing the outliers is necessary? It is one of the impact analysis where the outliers will have a disproportionate influence on statistical measures like the suggest, skewing the general outcomes and leading to misguided conclusions. So removing outliers can help ensure the analysis is based totally on more representative sample of the information. So another necessary reason is like statistical significance. Here the outliers can have an effect on the validity and reliability of statistical inferences drawn from the facts. Removing outliers when appropriate can assist maintain the statistical importance of the analysis. Identifying and accurately dealing with outliers is critical in data analysis to make certain the integrity and accuracy of the results. There are different types of outliers. One is univariate outliers. These outliers occur when the point in a single variable substantially deviates from the relaxation of the data sets. For example, if you're reading the heights of adults in a showed place and most fall in the variety of 5 feet 5 inches to 6 feet, and person who measures 7 toes tall might be taken into consideration a univariate outlier. Another case, multivariate outliers. In assessment to univariate outliers, multivariate outliers contain observation which include outliers in multiple variables, concurrently highlighting complicated relationship in the information. Continuing with our example, consider evaluating height and weight and you discover a character who is specially tall and relatively heavy in comparison to the relaxation of the populace. This character would be taken into consideration a multivariate outlier as their characteristics in each height and weight concurrently deviate from the normal. The other types of outliers are point outliers, contextual outliers and collective outliers. Let's see what is point outliers. There are the points which might be far eliminated from the rest of the points. For instance, in a data set of common household energy utilization, a price this is exceptionally excessive or low as compared to the relaxation is a point outlier. In contextual outliers, sometimes known as conditional outliers, these are factors that deviate from the normal only in a specific context or condition. For instance, a very low temperature might be regular in wintry weather but unusual in summer. A third category of collective outliers. These outliers consist of a set of data vectors that might not be excessive by means of themselves, however, or unusual as an entire. This type of outlier regularly shows a change in information behavior or emergent phenomenon. So the main causes of outliers are it can arise from various sources, making the detection is vital and data entry errors. Some simple human errors in entering data can create extreme values. Measurement error, a faulty device or experimental setup problems can cause abnormally high or low readings. And third cause is experimental errors. Flaws in experimental design might produce factors that do not represent what they are presupposed to degree. Intentional outliers. In some cases, data might be manipulated deliberately to produce outlier effects, often seen in fraud cases. Data processing errors during the collection and processing stages. Technical glitches can introduce erroneous data. Natural variation. Inherent variability in the underlying data can also lead to outliers. So, in the conclusion, outlier occurrence must be a rare occasional event in the lifespan of a dataset. Data generation technique or data supplier is error prone if outliers are frequently available in dataset. Identifying the outliers is a vital step in records evaluation, supporting to discover anomalies, errors, or valuable insights inside datasets. By combining visible inspection with statistical evaluation, analysts can efficiently identify outliers and benefit deeper insights into the underlying traits of the facts. Thank you, students. Let us continue next class.